Right. So let's start on a weekly time frame because that's where like the most amount of information that we can get. Uh, okay, the weekly is really a good quality chart right now. What's happening here? A few things I want to point out here. I've marked out a couple of liquidity zones, order blocks, and these orange bands that you see here are basically fair value gaps. Okay, so let's start with this particular candlestick here on 9th of Jan, basically the second week. Uh, Here you saw Bitcoin price rally roughly 21%, 22% in a single week, which left a massive inefficiency or a gap known as fair value gap here extending from roughly 17.1K to 20.4K. After this gap, the price failed to retrace lower and continued going up, although it was in some sort of a lockstep consolidative type of movement. And it did set up some sort of a local top here, which kind of coincided, which not only produced equal highs in two weekly candlestick wicks, but it also kind of produced equal high with respect to the one formed here on 15th August. Basically, resting above these equal highs is buy stop liquidity, and that is an important thing to remember. Likewise, we have equal lows formed here in November. Resting below these equal lows are sell stop liquidity. On top of that, we have this order block here, a weekly order block that was formed at 16.9K, roughly 17K. Let's call it 17K. So to keep it simple, right? Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? We don't know, right? On a weekly time frame, you can see that the last key high was formed somewhere in late October, right? The high was set at 21.4K, roughly 21.5K, and that high was broken by this particular candlestick over here on 23rd of Jan, basically the last week of Jan. Clearly, there's a break in market structure, which is what MSS represents, market structure shift. That means the market structure is shifted from a clear downtrend to a potential uptrend over here, right? So for this particular uptrend to be valid, not valid, like if for this uptrend to continue, uh, what I'm expecting is for the price to come back down into this particular fair value gap that you see here, and then bounce from here into this fair value gap here formed in the first week of June, probably first and second week of June 2022. So in conclusion, on a weekly time frame, you can see that I'm expecting a retracement followed by a move up. Now, this is me being bullish, but there's a different way that could play out. We could potentially bounce from here, tag this FVG, and then come back down into this level. Any one of the scenarios could play out, right? So let's dive into a lower time frame perspective and see what's happening here. Right, on a daily time frame, nothing's changed. The MSS is still here. Something's happening here as well. On a 12-hour time frame, you can see a few things start to change, right? Currently, we have this 12-hour order block here, which was retested once on 2nd March and retested today, yesterday, 7th March. And hold on, 7th March? Today's 7th? Oh, my bad. This is the New York session, right? So basically, on the announcement that 50,000 Bitcoins were sent to Coinbase, the price kind of dipped a little bit, and it dipped a little bit into this order block here, which is a good start. Now I'm expecting the price to, go up into this fair value gap that is present here, which I think you will see. Okay, I haven't marked it out. Have I marked it out? I haven't. Right. So clearly, if you look at it on a 4-hour time frame perspective, there was a fair value gap that was created from this point to this point. Right. So let's just keep it color coded as orange. Right. So we have a 4-hour fair value gap that is present here. Right. So in addition to that, we have a breaker that was formed here. Breaker is basically when a demand zone forms between two higher highs, and that demand zone is flipped, right? So I am bullish right now. Like if you're looking at it from a short-term swing trading perspective, I think this dip was your entry, right? on a 1 hour time frame. Okay, let's just stick to 4 hour time frame for now. What I'm expecting right now is for the price to do something like this, and then push up into this particular fair value gap, the breaker. Right now, that is what I'm expecting. Like this could be a strong, there could be a strong reaction here depending on how the price reacts. Like we could either get a rejection down here, or we could get we could continue going up, sweep the buy stop liquidity present here, and then get a rejection down. Now, how this plays out from an overall long-term perspective, remember this particular chart on the weekly time frame. I was expecting the price to retrace from this level to this level. Let's go back now again. So what I'm saying is right now would be a good place to long Bitcoin into this level. And depending on, just a sec. Right, so this is the first setup. Maybe we could potentially push it all the way up here, maybe even up here, I'm not sure, right? This could be a good start, right? And then we have a short position that we could open here. At the retest of this particular breaker, all the way down to this level, which is and the midpoint of the fair value gap here. Actually, let me change this, right? This would be your first setup. Your second setup would look probably something like this. And your third setup would basically try and attempt this level here. Okay, you know what? Let's just remove all of this to avoid confusion. And basically what I'm saying is this would be your take profit level 1. Take profit level 1. This would be your take profit level 2. It would be your take profit level 3 if the price ever does go up here. And the FVG up here, we have a couple of things. We can either book profits at the, from a conservative standpoint, if if you don't want to take a lot of risk and book the profits that you already have, then you would book profits here, but TP5 would be somewhere at the midpoint of this FVG, somewhere around here. TP5. Right, this is how I would like to kind of rationalize what I'm looking at. This would be the last one, TP6, right? We have a couple of things here. This is ideal. So we can either open a short position here, or we could open one over here. These are amazing places to short Bitcoin. So this is what I'm thinking, right? This is how I'm hoping to play Bitcoin. The most simplest way I could be playing this would be just this, right? Forget everything else. Get TP2. That's it, right? Open a long position here, book profits at the breaker, play it conservative, and then potentially open a short position here as well, and book profits over here. Maybe like book partial profits here, and once we kind of see some weakness, stay put on the rest of the position and book profits either at this point, which is 20,400, or this point at 18,700. That's what I'm expecting. And to be honest, I've already opened a small position here for Bitcoin. Oh, okay, this is for ETH. right? I've already opened a small position for Bitcoin at 21,937, and I'm expecting to ride it all the way up to the 4-hour breaker that I just showed. Jeez. Right, so I'm willing to keep this position open up to the 4-hour breaker at roughly, hold on, let me just keep this here. 21,937 is where I entered. 21,937.1. Cool. And yeah, this is what I'm expecting to book profits. A quick 5% upswing is what I'm expecting. I'm doing something similar for Ethereum as well, but that video is going to be next, so make sure to watch that as well. So basically, right, that's my game plan, right? To sum it up, what I'm expecting from Bitcoin is like a minor rally on lower time frame, but an eventual retest of this FVG down here before we actually go up to 28K, 29K, perhaps even 30K, right? Yeah, that's basically what I'm expecting, guys. If you enjoyed this analysis and my take on the markets, please make sure to go and subscribe to YouTube channel. You can give me a follow on Twitter at Mangiako with a 0 at the end. You can see that I've started a trading journal that I post every month. Last month, I had a 71% win rate, basically doubled my account, more than doubled my account. Had a total account growth of 131%. So if you're interested in following along, please make sure to give me a follow on Twitter at Mangiako with a 0 at the end.